In the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, everything day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who that? Time to put your hands up. Bingo stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Who they in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes be tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move closing on? Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock them, yeah, we got them, yeah, we fought them. Like that black and orange on bottle, bingo bottle, never stop it till the beast.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,112 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you watch on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button. Hit the bell for notification. So every time I go live, you'll be notified. Because sometimes I go live and I don't even tell anybody. You might want to check it out. So, also in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So, if you got a question you want to ask Chris, Ace Raison, it's kind of French, Raison, about the Bengals Bomb Squad, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Ultimate Fan stuff, give us a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know it, always brought to you by Jackpot Joey. We got the gear, we got the hat, we got the flags, we also got the beer. The beer is brought to you by Brink Brewery. Go there and you can buy it from them directly on Hamilton Avenue, or you can get it at Cork and Bottle in Kentucky. You can get it at Jungle Gyms. Like I said, supplies are limited right now because football season's ending. We're slowing down a little bit, but we'll be bringing it back. But if you want any of the hats, gear, or any of that stuff, go to jackpotjoey9.com. And please remember, portions of the proceed go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund and the Joe Burrow Foundation. So we like to support that as much as we can. And if you have not done it yet, why not? Sports betting is legal in Ohio. So go sign up for Betfred. Get you free bets. Get you some money. We got the NBA All-Star game this weekend. I'm sure they got some weird bets you can do on there. We got college football. We got the XFL. If you're missing football, we got the XFL coming this weekend. So maybe you can make some bets there. So make sure you check out Betfred Sports. What's up to everybody in the chat crew? We got Stranger here first. Chris Porkchop. Greg Graves, Brad, Crip, and Kevin. What's going on, guys? All right, this is a very cool show. I've been trying to get him on for probably about, I don't know, I asked him, I think, last year, and then we just never were able to hook up. And I have fun with Chris every Sunday. Because the more I start my tailgate off, I start at Bomb Squad West. Him, Who Day Baby, always hook me up. We have a great time. We're going to have some fun. Drink some beers, talk some tailgating. Let's get to Ace. Ace Raison, what's going on, brother?
Who Day?
Who Day, baby? Who Day? Oh, my bad. I said Who Day, baby. I'm sorry. Is that I think that's true. I think Sean has a trademark. I can't say that.
That's his birthday, so it's all right.
Exactly. Happy birthday to Sean. And like I said, thank God I'm not as old as him, even though I think I'm older. Right. We established it before the show started that I'm actually older than him, but whatever. So what's going on, man? What are you doing in the off season? What does a super fan do in the off season?
Oh shoot, I think I'm still licking my wounds over from the way the season ended. It was a rough way to end, but
yeah,
I'd rather it end the way it did than the way it used to 10 years ago. Whatever.
Yeah. Exactly. Yep. I'll take this compared to 10 years ago, hell, 20 years ago when we didn't have a shot at anything. So I'll take it. It sucks, but I'll take this.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more fun to watch the playoffs when your team is a major player.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, all right, let's talk about that real quick before we get into all the tailgate and everything. Where are you at as far as the Bengals and, everybody, the big thing is Joe's contract, T's coming up, what are the Bengals going to do? Where are you at on this?
Well, I mean, we know Joe's going to get his contract. So I'm not too worried about that. T is one that we gotta wonder what's going to happen there.
Right.
Mike Brown, he does like his offense. He likes flashy offensive players. So I got to believe that he's going to try to figure out a way to keep T.
Well, I kind of wonder, and people think I'm crazy for this. I think Joe's going to get paid, but I don't know. There's part of me, I keep going back and forth with this where I don't know if Joe is going to take every single dollar that he can get. I don't know if those three guys are built that way. Because just listen to what Jamar said. And I had Jay Morrison on here, and he's like, well, Jay goes, well, he said Jamar thinks this. Like, that Joe's going to, potentially leave some money there for everybody else.
Do like
talk about it? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm, the way Joe's been since he's been here, he's all business. I don't know that he's here for the money. He's going to get money.
Yeah.
I think he really does want to win. And I know if he does, I don't think he wants to handicap us. But then again, we're not going to know until it happens.
Right. I mean, we all can think, well, how much money can you spend? Well, I mean, if you've never had money, right. I've never been a millionaire. I mean, it's easy for me to say, just take less.
Well, that's the other thing, though. He said, from what I understand, he's not spending any of his contract money. He's living off endorsement money.
Right.
I'm sure he's got plenty of that, too. So he's not. I mean, just count it all up at the end of the day. Don't worry about it then.
Yeah, exactly. I think hopefully it gets done here soon. I got a feeling. I think it's going to get done before free agency or the draft or any of that stuff starts. That's maybe it's me and my orange colored sunglasses, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, and that's good. Then we know what we've got to spend. And
you got to start with Joe first. You got to get that done before you can do anything else. You'd be stuck like the Ratbirds are, where they have this money and they can't sign Lamar, and they don't know what to spend it on anything else because they got this money allotted for him. So that's where.
Yeah. Man, he doesn't have any wide receivers up there either. I don't think he wants to play there.
I don't know what he wants to do, man.
That's not our problem. I guess it kind of.
I think they should trade him. That's what I would do.
Right. Trade him.
Exactly. All right. Let's get into this tailgating business here. We're talking about this a couple years ago. There was an article that came out that really ticked me off about how Cincinnati was one of the worst places to tailgate. And I said, are you serious? Have you been here? We got Bomb Squad. We got Bomb Squad West. We got Bengal Trailer. We got gyms. We got so many we got the banks to go hang out. There's so many great places to do. I mean, what is the tailgating like? Because you've been to multiple different stadiums. What's tailgating like in Cincinnati compared to everybody else?
Oh, I've been to some great tailgates outside of Cincinnati, but Cincinnati that's the best place to tailgate. I'm going to stick with that, and I'll say it. I love inviting people from other cities, introduce them to some Skyline chili or some Geta, stuff they've never heard of before or seen before. But I mean, I haven't had too many people come that didn't say that they had a blast. They had a great time. We got Minnesota coming again this year. They were just here 2 years ago, and they brought 100 last time. I wouldn't doubt that we have even more of them this next.
I remember that. So Chris, how did you get your name? How did you get Ace Raison? I keep going to say Raison, be the French Raison.
Well, the Ace, because I'm a big Kiss fan. Grew up a Kiss fan. In high school, I had an Ace Frehley T-shirt. I wore to high school every day when it was clean. And then I think I was telling you this earlier. Somebody actually came up, and I had my name written on a piece of paper, something that covered up the NE on my last name. And they're like, "Yeah, see, you are Ace." And I'm like,
Right.
Just kind of stuck. Then the raison is a little more. There's a little more of a story to that. I used to play basketball with my dad and his buddies. We'd run up and down the court, and somebody would holler out, "Who's covering Ray's son? Who's got raison? Somebody get on raison." And so I guess they didn't want to remember my name. They just called me raison.
Raison.
Yeah, so just put the two nicknames together, and
There you go.
unique name unless you're in Malaysia where it's the name of a like a Centos type of place where they make work uniforms.
There
Which
you go. All right. So how did you get into the whole tailgate scene, the Tailgate Hall of Fame, the pro football, if I say this right, pro football ultimate super fan Hall of Fame? Is that,
Fan Association. Yes, Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association.
thank you. I know I messed it up.
The PFUFA, we call
How
it.
did all that come about?
I mean, it started, the whole Bengals, my dad bought season tickets when I was 9 years old back in 81.
Okay.
So I'm aging myself here.
Yeah, I know. I'm not too far behind you there.
Right. That was a pretty doggone good year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so the first year with the Stripes,
Mhm.
Kenny Anderson, MVP, tore the league up.
Yes,
And
sir.
Super Bowl, and I was heartbroken. It's
Yep.
been the only time I ever cried after a football game.
Yeah,
I
me
didn't cry
too.
hard. I had a couple tears, but it was still heartbreaking. But man, that was a lot of fun. So Dad started taking me to games, and I went to a bunch of games with him. I haven't missed a Bengals home game since '96,
Oh, not nice.
not counting the Chargers 2020 game.
Right.
There outside the stadium at Bengals.
Like, let me in.
We were out there. We scored a touchdown. We was all blowing our horns. I don't know if they heard us inside or not, but so yeah, I mean, it started out. We would just go down to Applebee's on the river before the game, and then my dad called me up one day. This was about 21 years ago, and he's like, "Hey, we're down here at Longworth Hall. We've got a grill set up. You need to come over here." And I remember, I'm pretty sure it was the first time we played Eli Manning his rookie year. So I'll have to figure that out if that was 02 or 03. Pretty sure.
I
But
think it was 03.
yeah, it might have been it. But
Yeah.
remember it was snowing. It was cold out. And
Yeah.
well, then I was like, man, look at all these people playing cornhole and blasting music on the stereos. Like, this is really cool. Like, what the heck are we going to Applebee's for? So ever since then, we tailgated down there for every game.
So how did it go from you guys tailgating down there to the bomb squad to you into the Hall of Fame?
Okay, so it started out with I met the bomb squad 2012, and this is a good story. Big John will love me telling this story. But we went to St. Louis to see the Bengals play the Rams.
Okay.
And we kind of had this mentality: we're going to go there and we're going to show these people in St. Louis how to tailgate. We're going to rock them out. We pull in the lot first thing in the morning. There are two guys in the lot, two guys and their wives, and that was it. It was Ram Man and Houday Baby. Man, look at these guys. They look cool as hell. It's like pictures taken with them. We go in, we set up our gear, and about an hour later, Big John Robinson pulls in with his Bengal Bomb Squad bus, sets it up, and they were partying, and it was awesome. And the thing that I really liked about it was all the Rams fans were over there partying with them.
Right.
They were playing flip cup against each other and making it. I mean, and everybody's high fiving, and I was like, yeah, this is a lot cooler than it is to razz them and harass them. It's
Right.
a lot more fun to hang out with them and have fun.
Exactly. So how did you find out about the Superfan Hall of Fame?
After I met those guys, it started. I got to be buddies with Big John, and we just started trading off ideas and this and that. I adopted a lot of the stuff he does. Kind of made ours a little bigger, and that's always my goal is what can I do to make mine a little bigger, a little better.
Right.
So I was in Kansas City for a game, and I went into the bathroom, and I'm looking. The guy next to me is wearing an Andre Smith jersey. He's got arrows sticking out of his body everywhere. out of his hat and out of his jersey. And I'm like, and I realized who it was. It was Arrow Man, Chief Superfan Arrow Man, who I'd seen on TV a bunch of times. I'd seen him in Sports Illustrated, and I was like, holy cow, you're Arrow Man. I was like, I got to shake your hand. He was like, well, wait till we're outside. Wait till we're done in here. So, yeah, we met outside. I got a picture with him, and he gave me his trading card.
Okay.
And I noticed a logo on there. So I was like, what the heck is this? So I go on, I looked it up online, and the first thing that pops up was a picture of Big John and Houday Baby. I was like, I know these guys. What the heck's going on here?
Damn it, can't get rid of Houday Baby. He's everywhere.
Right. But, so by the end of the year, you know, I had done some charity work with them. I'd helped them out with some stuff. And Tailgate 32 was doing a documentary at each stadium. They couldn't get in the Big John's lot, so they came and tailgated with us. You know, and I set them up and took care of them, got them over to John's later. And so by the end of the year, I got a draft card to be in the Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association. I was like, man, I just learned. I was like, that's pretty cool.
So what does all that all entail? Like you actually have to like get nominated. You have a coin. You guys do stuff for the Hall of Fame. Explain some of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like it originally started out. It was the Visa Hall of Fans. Visa did a program where they would elect fans into the Hall of Fame, and I guess they would have them come up to Canton. They would march in the parade. They would visit kids in the hospital, the children's hospital, do all kinds of stuff, and then they would do like charity events with the J Babe Sturge Center, which is a boys and girls club up there.
Right.
Give school supplies and all that. Well, after 4 or 5 years, Visa shut the program down.
Okay.
They stopped electing people. But the people that were already in, they didn't want to stop doing what they were doing. So they organized it, and they created the Pro Football Ultimate Fan Association. And they decided, they said, well, how are we going to make new members? Well, we're going to go out and scout and meet people if we think they meet all of our requirements as far as, you know, mission and charity. They're big on charity. They're big on fellowship and sportsmanship. And I was fortunate enough that the guys that were in there, John and Sean, felt that I was a good fit. I got a draft card. I got interviewed. I had to go up and, you know, they make you do a lot of, you know, if somebody needs a beer, you got to go get a beer.
You're the rookie.
Yeah, initiation kind of stuff. But I guess I made a good enough impression while I was there. I was lucky enough they let me in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I want to. I'm trying not to change the subject here, but I got a message here from Ken, one of my loyal listeners, and prayers for you, Ken. He said he got crushing, heartbreaking news today that my sister has advanced stages of metastatic. I'm probably basically she has cancer. I can't read those words. It has spread to both her lungs and thyroid glands. I'm very, very sorry to hear that, Ken. You know, honestly, prayers for you and your family. You know, so everybody in the chat, you know, let's put a prayer up for Ken. That sucks to go through that. I've lost lots of family members to cancer, so I from the bottom of my heart, dude, seriously, that is really heartbreaking. So hang in there, and we'll keep you in our thoughts and prayers. So
yeah, I've been through that too with family members, and yeah, I'll pray for you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Cancer sucks. I mean, I've lost aunts, uncles. It's not a good disease. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So. not to just roll on past that, but I wanted to give Ken a shout out there. What's up, Chris?
I just hanging out, enjoying this beautiful weather here in Northern Kentucky.
Exactly. Yeah. So, hey, tell me real quick about the coin that you guys get as the because it was some interesting stories you told me before about the coin, where it came from, what people do with it. You know.
Yeah, once you become a member of the PFUFA, they give you a challenge coin. Actually, I have mine right here. So they give these when they put you in. Mm-hmm. This is based off of what they do in the military.
Right.
If you're a Army member, you get an Army coin. Navy, Air Force, Marines, you get a challenge coin. Basically, what it is, say you go out, you're at a bar drinking with your buddies, and another military member comes in, you can challenge that person. Say, hey, where's your coin? Do you have it? And if they don't have it, they've got to buy a round of drinks, or they have to do some push-ups, or whatever it is. I guess you got to make them do. Yeah, and that's some of the people in the PFUFA. They can be vicious about these challenges.
Not you at all, right? You're a nice guy about it, right?
I am a nice guy. I try not to. I have been in many situations where I actually didn't have my coin, and I'm very sly about not getting caught. And I've also had,
well, they're all watching right now. They're going to get you now that you're admitting this.
Right. Well, no, I mean, I'm pretty good about having it on me, but I've also had my friend Vicky had one year. We were up in the Indianapolis for the combine.
Yeah.
We were hanging out outside tailgating in the snow, which was a crazy idea at the time. But I had forgot my coin. I left it in the hotel. I didn't tell anybody, but I knew she was still there. So I texted her and I said, "Hey, go to the front desk, get a key to my room, and bring my coin, please." Well, she went and got it. And before she brought it to me, she posted a picture of it on Facebook and said, "Look what I got." So, it didn't take long for everybody that was there to, they had me doing push-ups pretty quick.
You're like, "Hey, we got it on camera. You didn't have your coin."
That's right. They videotaped me doing the push-ups, and I called her a snitch.
How many push-ups did they make you do?
Like 10. So, but
I think I could do 10. I think.
Yeah, not too bad.
So I gotta tell everybody, when I show up, like me and Chris were talking about this before, Sean Houday Baby does a really good job of pacing himself. So does Chris. I, on the other hand, don't. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get better. And Chris, you're just saying the problem with you is shots, all the free shots you get there.
Yeah.
And I go, "You're the one that gives me all the shots. We do the flight every time." I'm like, so the funny thing is, if you saw the beginning of the show and the picture of me and him, I'm a little taller, Chris. So when we do the flight, I gotta bend over like this to make sure I
get you a stool to sit on next time.
Right, exactly. I need to get a stool.
Yeah,
because I'm like taller than freaking everybody. I'm like, do you not have any tall people at your tailgate? It's just me.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have a good basketball team.
Probably not.
Be a couple guys, but
exactly. So how many Bengals fans are in the Hall of Fame? You rattle them off. I didn't realize there's that many in there.
Oh, the ultimate fan. Let's see the exact number. We've got Tony the Tiger just got in.
Right.
Jim. There's Mel. There's Big John. There's Houday Baby. Who am I missing? Fireman Andy, myself. And then we've got Joe and Judy. They're still members. They're not active members now, but they're still, as far as when we have a meeting, they're a part of the meeting. So, so that's about 9 people there. And we have actually my friend Vicky, I just mentioned, she got a draft card this year. So she is now on her way through the initiation awesome. Or the draft.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Committee.
So what's the biggest thing I always see you guys do is Hall of Fame weekend. I've seen Jim go live and Tony Tiger and these guys, and you've gone live a couple times where you're in the parade and stuff like that. What all do you guys do Hall of Fame weekend? It looks like a blast.
Yeah. Now we used to do a lot more than we do now. We used to visit children's hospitals, and visit the sick kids and give them trading cards. We do the first play at the Hall of Fame. That's the first official NFL event of the new season.
Really? What's the first play? What is that?
I think they start at the spot where in Canton, where the NFL was founded. Okay. And they kids for about 2 miles, all the way up to the front steps of the Hall of Fame, and they pass a football all the way down from the original spot to the front door of the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
And so the Hall of Fame, they've invited us to come down, cheer these kids on, and then we hand them. We all have trading cards that we make, and I mean it's funny because we'll be walking around. We'll have NFL Hall of Fame players walking around with us.
That's awesome.
Like James Law, I'm standing next to James Lofton, and these kids, they don't care about him. They want to meet me, or they want,
hey baby, step back, James Lofton.
Yeah.
Ace Raison's here. Go, yeah, you stay back there.
So it's a lot of fun. So yeah, we get to do the opening day parade, but then right after the parade, and this is one of the cool things about the charity work that we do up there. We go to the Boys and Girls Club up there, the J. Babe Stern Center,
Right.
and we give out school supplies to all the kids. And I know, these kids up there, they don't have a lot.
Right.
And so they come to us and they get a backpack full of school supplies. Then they can go to each table, which has got fans from each team.
Right.
So you'll go up to the Falcons table and they'll give you, a notebook with the Falcons on it. And then you come to our table and you'll get a coloring book with Bengals fans in it. And you go to the Packers and get a poster. It's just all kinds of cool stuff. And we give out 200 bicycles.
Oh, wow.
Randomly, we'll draw a number and pick out a kid, and kids go home with bikes and school supplies, and they're set for the year. And
Dude, that's awesome. I think it sounds like an absolute blast. I mean, I just recently, not tailgated, but I just recently in the last 3 years got to know all you guys, and I think it's awesome what you guys do. I mean, you like tailgating is like okay, like I told you before, like I didn't know people had tailgates that anybody could show up to. Like when I was up until like 3 years ago, I would just go to Longworth and we'd set up, my truck or whoever's driving, and me and my friends, my family would just hang out there and tailgate, and we talked to everybody around us. I had no idea that there's Bomb Squad, there's Bengal Gym, Bengal Trail. I didn't know any of this stuff. And it's cool what you guys, because all of you guys are in the Hall of Fame.
Right. Well, yeah, we got the Tailgating Hall of Fame. Those 4 groups that you just messaged, they're all members of the Tailgate Hall of Fame. And the cool thing about that group.
So there's a difference between the Tailgate Hall of Fame and the Super Fame?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Tailgate Hall of Fame, it's more for it's a group, and I'm really proud of that one because, everybody that's in my crew, I mean, I can't do that tailgate by myself.
Oh, hell no. No, absolutely not.
I got Greg does most of the work. You guys got to meet Greg's a great guy. Quiet Storm. He's kind of quiet. But,
he doesn't talk much.
yeah, he's you get to know him. He'll talk. He'll talk.
I think I've met Greg. I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah. We've got people that come down and cook every week. I mean, we've got a pretty good crew, and we do. We got our tailgate. We're at Longworth.
Yep.
And we have a lot of people coming and going.
Right.
So, I mean, we could end up with like 200 people there, but they're not all there at the same time.
Right.
They come in, they hang out with us for a little bit. Like you said, Houday Baby, he starts out with us. And this is what he tells, this is what his plan every day, every game day is. He hangs out with us, and we cook breakfast early in the morning. Because we get there before.
You get there before I do.
Yeah, get down there, 6 or 7 in the morning, cook up some breakfast, cook up some geta. So he hangs out with us, has breakfast. He kind of does a sweep around Longworth, says hello to, whoever he knows there. Then he'll walk over to Bengal Gyms, hang out there, get him a cigar, see what they're cooking over there. Then he'll go to Bengal Trailer and get a gas can to the face.
I got to do that. I got to do that next year. I haven't done that yet.
Definitely an experience. It's pretty cool. And then he winds up back at the original Bengal Bomb Squad. So he makes it all the way around the stadium. And I do that sometimes because I don't like to be too far away from my tailgate for too long. So I do venture over and visit Big John's Bomb Squad at least once.
So how did the original Bomb Squad and Bomb Squad West, how did you guys come up with that?
Well,
and why? I'll put it that way. How and why?
Like you said, you can just go to anybody's tailgate, right? We don't have anything, but it is nice to get a donation.
Right.
Now, Big John, he'll ask for donations, and and a part of that will go to some charity. But when you give a donation, he's going to give you something back.
Right.
You'll get it could be a T-shirt, it could be a hat, it could be a poster, it could be a patch you could put on your jersey. It's always something cool. So he asked me if I wanted to start, maybe pushing some of that stuff, raise some money for charity at my tailgate. So I would go meet him every morning, and I would get a box of T-shirts, take it to mine, and we'd see what kind of money we could make from donations. And so he asked me one year, he's like, what do you think about calling yourself Bengal Bomb Squad West? And I was like, jokingly, I was like, we already do. We already do that. So and then so that's how I got nominated. My tailgate got nominated for Tailgate Hall of Fame.
So how does that? Somebody has to actually nominate you. That's already in it, right?
I guess, well, somebody, I don't know, the word gets back to Hans. Hans is a Buffalo Bills fan that lives in Detroit, and he's been to every stadium.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's the one that organized the Tailgate Hall of Fame, and he's got a website. Now, if you're ever going on a road trip, I recommend getting on that website and seeing whose tailgate is in the Hall of Fame, because that's where you want to go.
That's a good idea. I've been to multiple places, and the only place I ever go is wherever Jim's at usually.
Yeah, I mean, that's one. But if you're looking for like a local, Jim always has a great tailgate.
Oh, yeah. Jim he does an awesome job.
Yeah, if you want to like check out how they do it in another city.
Right. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Right.
You want to go for
and they'll welcome you, and they won't give you shit about being the other
right.
the other team. Right.
Right. I mean, you might get a little razz, but nobody's ever threatening.
Right. Now, you're not going to get in a fight.
Right. I mean, I have people contact me all the time. I had a guy from a New York Giants fan, 2 years ago. He was like, "Hey, I saw you on this website. Can I come and tailgate with you?" Like, absolutely. Bring it on, man. Like, just bring some beer or whatever. We'll cook for you, whatever you want to do. It's all good.
The jalapeno hot dogs are the best.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Oh my God. I have to eat those every morning when I get there. I like hot stuff. So that works for me.
You got to get the spicy ghetto then.
Yes. I have to try that. Yeah. See my problem.
It's probably gone by the time you get there.
I know, because you guys get there so damn early. I'm like, I keep hearing about it. I'm like, right, I want some of that. Like, oh, it's gone. Daggone it. So see, my wife says I'm crazy because I'll get down there like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, Chris and Sean are already down there.
Right,
I'm like, I'm not that crazy. They're already there.
Well, I mean, 4 years ago, you could get down there at 8 o'clock and not have to worry about your spot. But now we got Jackpot Joey lighting it up.
Yep, exactly.
Got to get there early. Otherwise, we're going to lose our spot. So.
Exactly. Because Longworth, they don't save any spots. You just get there and you get what you get.
Yeah, you can go in the night before if you want.
You can. I've seen them because I work on Saturdays. I've seen people sitting there already. I'm like, holy crap. So how did you come up with your get up, the pom-poms, the face paint, all that? So how did you come up with that?
All right. Well, Houday Baby will love this because he tells everybody.
We're giving Houday Baby way too much credit on the show. I just gotta say that right now.
I like the name drop. No. He's my hero. Anyway, no. So it was after I saw them, and I was like him and Ram Man. I was like, these guys, man, they're freaking awesome. They look cool. I was like, like I said, I grew up a Kiss fan, so the idea of the face paint, and I was like, that's pretty cool. Me and the neighborhood kids used to dress up and do concerts in the side yard for the whole neighborhood. So,
there you go.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna paint my face next week for the next game. And that's been 11 years now. I painted my face for every game since then.
How'd you the pom-poms?
Here's from back in high school. I had the mullet. I had the classic.
Oh, mullet. Everybody did.
And I remember going.
We didn't call it. Okay, at least my friends, we never called it a mullet.
No, I never heard the term until long after I'd cut.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I was a kid, I'd go to the games with my dad. They give out a little giveaway when you come in. And I felt like they gave out pom-poms a lot. And I would always stick them in the back of my hat.
Right.
The first game I went to with my face painted, they were handing out pom-poms.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was like, well, I guess this is going to be part of the attire from now on.
That's awesome.
But other things just gradually came to it. I've got a big, long tiger striped robe.
I love your coat. That is, you look like a freaking pimp.
Well,
I love that coat.
That's what it was. It was a Halloween costume. It was a pimp costume, and I thought, I'll wear this to a game once in a while. So then I'd wear it, and then when I didn't wear it, everybody would be like, "Where's your coat? You got to wear the coat."
Yeah, well, it's 9,000 degrees. You got to wear the coat.
Well, the Vikings game 2 years ago.
Oh,
yeah, opening day. It was.
Yes. Oh.
Well, I got there. I was like, I'll wear it in, then I'm going to take it off when we get in.
Yeah.
So I wore it in, and I kept it on most of the first quarter. And when I took it off, then we go for it on 4th down at our own 30-yard line or something like that and turn it over. And I'm like, shit. And then these things just started to go south. I was like, all right, I got to put the coat back on.
Yeah, put the coat back on. I might pass out wearing it, but I got to wear the coat.
That's right.
Exactly. The There's what was the other thing I was going to ask you? I can't remember what it was now. This is why I was trying to write stuff down. I already forgot.
Right.
The hat, you got your own hat, right? So is that something that people can buy?
Well, I could probably get one made for you. My son had this picture drawn for me, and I guess when he bought it, it came with the copyright to it. And this was actually a Christmas present from him and his girlfriend one year. And a lot of people were like, that's really cool. So I asked them, I was like, can you guys put that on a t-shirt?
Yep.
So I actually had some t-shirts made, and I'd sell them, and I'd maybe get like a $5 profit of it. And I would give that to the J Babe Center up in Canton.
All right.
And seeing that the pictures, because the original picture is actually in color, and I have something else right here. This is a sandal that my son had made for me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. People were like, man, you're so vain. You got your own picture. I was like, well, I didn't buy him. It was a gift. Come on.
So I have a question. Who started the sticking their tongue out? Because
Gene Simmons.
yeah, I know he did. But who did? Maybe does you do it, Big John? I mean, hell, I'll do it when I take pictures with you guys.
Well, I know Big John is a big Kiss fan. I know he's not a big Kiss fan, but like he says, he goes, I don't ever know what to do with my face when they take a picture. I just figure it's easier to just stick my tongue out.
Yeah,
I was doing this long before I met these guys. The same way Big John picked up on us, because we were big Kiss fans growing up. And like I said, we would paint our faces when we were kids and do the lip sync concerts or whatever out in the yard. And that's when I started doing it. It was
yeah. I told you earlier. You got to go back and watch my interview. I had Doc McGee on my show last summer.
that's
And
all.
yeah, that was a really cool interview. I got that. He told all kinds of cool stuff on there, but it was, like I said, I've never been a huge Kiss fan, but I do like Kiss. I do, and watching them in concert is way better than listening to them on their records.
He's been a manager of a lot of bands.
Yes, he has.
Seen the movie The Dirt about Motley Crue?
Yep.
Yeah, so he was their manager for a
Yeah,
while.
oh yeah, he had a ton of stories about the Crew. Those boys are crazy.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool movie.
All right, so what's your? So we're older here, so we both remember the team before the Stripes. We remember 81. We remember 88. We went through the 90s, and now we went through the Marvin years, and now we're here where we are legitimately a Super Bowl contender every year. Right. And I don't know about you, but there was times in my life that I never thought this would happen, to be honest. I mean, to get where we're at is just still mind-blowing to me sometimes, that I could actually, like, I don't want to say talk shit, but I can really talk about my team,
Right.
and how good we are, and they can back it up.
Yeah.
What's that like? What's that feel like to you? Because I mean, it's an adrenaline rush for me. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, it is different. I mean, after the Dave Shula years, Bruce Coslett, and then Dick LeBeau, and then Marvin came in, and he turned it around. He got for whatever reason, we couldn't get over that first playoff game. I was like, man, gonna take. Are we cursed? Did Art Modell curse us? It's like
right.
So he cursed us and the Browns apparently, but right. So I don't know. And it's once we got Joe Burrow, everything changed. I mean, it's like, that was rough when he blew his knee out. I mean,
I keep saying it this way: if he didn't blow his knee out, then we would have got Jamar.
Right, that's true. Yeah. I heard you talking about that yesterday, and that's great. I mean, that was the way it was meant to be. But
well, that's the thing. It's like Chris is like this. The back-to-back drafts of 2020 and 2021 don't happen to the Bengals. Like, we've had those picks before, but they didn't turn out. We had Big Daddy. We had Kajana Carter. They didn't turn out. These two back-to-back picks. These guys are on a Hall of Fame trajectory. I mean, that doesn't happen for us.
Well, but when we thought we had that with Palmer, we had Palmer and Ocho and Hushmanzada, and I kind of had that feeling that we were pretty good. I know that. Well, then we went to the 2015 season. I think we would have won the Super Bowl. I know we would have had home field advantage if Andy Dalton didn't break us up.
Yeah, and I think Andy Dalton would have won the MVP. He was on pace for it.
He was on fire. Yeah, definitely on fire. That was a rough year. And then to lose the playoff game the way again to those guys again. It's
Oh, dude, I was so depressed after that. I'm just like, and that's the thing. It's like I was telling you before. We both went to the playoff game this year in Kansas City, which I didn't even see it. I didn't know you went until until talking to you before the show. And when Joseph Osai, God love Joseph Osai, he had a great game. He made a boneheaded play, which, yeah, let's be honest, Patrick Mahomes threw himself into the bench. I'll just say that he made it a little worse than it was. He did hit him out of bounds.
a little bit.
Either way, yeah, just to watch that kick go through, I just put my head down. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
my son was pissed. I'm like, but I've never been more devastated than that 2015, 2016 play. It's probably 2016 playoff game against the Squealers. That one just because I remember I looked at my son. He was 15 at the time. I said, before everything went down, I was like, we're gonna win our first playoff game. I'm like, holy crap. I jinxed us. I'm like, when that happened, I'm like, oh, I just sat there like staring at TV, like, you've got to be kidding me. So that one hurt so bad.
Yeah. I mean, I was numb. I came out of there and I was like, I honestly, I think the game in 05, I felt worse at that one.
Yeah.
In the stands when Palmer goes down,
I was mad.
Text messages from people saying, "Oh, his career's over, his knees destroyed." And Kitna's a fine backup quarterback, but he takes 3 weeks to warm up. He wasn't going to beat the Steelers that day.
Yeah, I just I was mad. I was like, finally, we got a team. It's going to happen for us this year. And I was like, and then Chemo the assassin, I call him Chemo Van Olhoffen.
Yeah,
former Bengals. Oh, yeah, he did it on purpose or not? I don't think he did it on purpose, but either way, it still sucks.
Right.
Because the thing is, on that play, everybody keeps forgetting too. Chris Henry got hurt on that, so we didn't not only lose Palmer, we lost Chris Henry on the same freaking play. And I'm like, this is only happens to us, and that's where I'm like, what we have now,
right,
is amazing because we've always been waiting for that other shoe to drop.
Right. I don't feel that way so much anymore.
Right.
Burrow's confidence, it's contagious.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel good about it. I want to go to the road games and see him. I'll spend that money to go watch Joe play.
Hell yeah. I wear my Bengals stuff proudly because I went to. So my wife is from Florida. She grew up. She roots for the Bengals, but her team is the Buccaneers. She grew up rooting for them, so that's her team. She root for the Buccaneers over the Bengals, but other than that, she roots for the Bengals. So for our 24th anniversary, we went down to Super Bowl in 2020 or 2021, but it was down in Tampa. That's the one that Brady won. Right. So we went down. We didn't go to the game. We went down there, hung out with the family, and we got to do the NFL experience. So I'm wearing my brand new white Jackpot Joey jersey, walking around, and I'll never forget this guy. And he walked by. I was just walking around. He goes, "Bengals." I was like, "Yeah." "Why are you wearing Bengals?" I said, "Because I'm from Cincinnati and we got Jackpot Joe. We're gonna be freaking awesome." I said, "Frick." Well, that's the other word.
Right.
We're freaking awesome. He had, what? I said, "Just watch." I said, "Just watch." I said, "Just watch." And we're walking around. I said, "Just watch. It's coming." Yeah. I kept telling everybody. I said, "Joe Burrow is different. Joe Burrow it changes everything." And went to the Super Bowl. Went to Super Bowl next year. And I'm like, ever since then. And then the funny thing, Chris, is I went down after the Super Bowl last year, and we're hanging out at a bar with my sister-in-law, and so many people. I'm wearing Bengals stuff. I wear Bengals stuff almost every day, but wearing Bengals stuff. Random people will come up to me like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "We were rooting for you," and I'm like, "Oh," and I'm talking to my sister-in-law going, "Do you know this person?" She's like,
right.
"No, they're just coming to say hi to you because you're wearing Bengals stuff." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So the narrative from one year to the next changed so much because of Joe Burrow.
Well, even though we went to the Super Bowl last year, nobody was counting on us to be any good again this year. Right. They were like, "Oh, Burrow's going to get sacked 100 times again and this and that, whatever you go." And even after we went out and got those 3 linemen, they were still picking us to finish last in the division.
Mm-hmm.
Like, well, you know what? And it was the season started out pretty rough. And I don't hear many people talk about it, but we didn't have any preseason for our starters. I mean, Burrow hasn't had a normal preseason since he's been here.
Yep.
No preseason in COVID. Then he was still getting over his knee surgery, and then he has appendicitis this year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was like, he's got to get out on that field a little bit before the game one, get knocked out, because it took him. I mean, he didn't look good in the first game against Pittsburgh, and he didn't look good in the first half against Dallas. And in the second, I guess he started getting comfortable. Man, we need him to come out day one. And there's something else you said yesterday is we need to have that game against the Chiefs in the playoffs has to be here next year.
Yes, that has got to be a focal point on the Bengals this year. And we got to come out. Zach, I agree with not getting you guys hurt, but you got to do something to make sure, let them play at least, I don't know, the first quarter of the final preseason game. It's something to get these guys ready to go so they're firing on all the same page coming out of the gate. We need to start 3-0, 5-0, 9. We need to get that number one seed. I'm tired of KC going to have to go to Arrowhead, which, the funny thing is, Chris, we damn near back-to-back years won on the road and made it to the Super Bowl. We were that close, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, you think about the games that we lost this year. We lost, 5 games, and 4 of them were by 3 points.
Yep.
And they played really bad in 2 of those games. Mm-hmm. Maybe even the Ravens game, they probably could have played better. You could have
won that game. Tucker kicked the field goal and won it.
Right. All of them were last-second field goals.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were in it. I mean, and then we win 10 in a row. I was like, I'm not afraid of anybody.
Dude, I'm not afraid of anybody at all. But one thing I will ask you this about the offseason here is, and this is kind of where I'm at. I think a major position that the Bengals have got to shore up because of injury is the right tackle spot. You got to figure out, because I think Leal, if he's healthy, I think he's a good right tackle. The problem was last year he wasn't healthy most of the time, and I don't think he's going to be healthy at the beginning of the year coming off an ACL.
Yeah.
Are you drafting a right tackle first pick if you get it at 28?
I don't know. I don't really study the draft much until it gets right up on. I mean, I don't follow college football that close. I'm a Kentucky fan, so
I'm a Bearcat fan, brother. So I feel your pain this year.
Bearcats too. So, but no, I mean, I don't know. If there's a stud at the end of the first round, go for it. But we're also looking at we might need a linebacker, we might need a tight end. I hope we get Hurst back because he was really good.
Want Hurst back. Yeah, I want to sign him, and that way we can draft a tight end later in the rounds because it's supposedly a pretty big draft for tight ends.
Yeah.
The other thing you got to consider is DBs, because I think we're all in agreement. We're most likely going to sign Bell. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to sign Bates, but you got to replace. I know Dax is going to replace Bell in the starting lineup, but you got to have somebody to replace Dax behind him. So that's why I think DB is another position we have to try to look at.
You can never have too many defensive backs.
Hell no, absolutely not.
And that's what I always tell everybody. Yeah, cornerback is like the most thankless job in all of sports.
Yeah,
you cover a dude 9 times out of 10, you get burnt one time, and then you're the GOAT. And I'm
like, oh, you suck.
Good kind of
another 5 times I knocked the ball down.
right.
Yeah, it's like whatever. So tell me about the jersey, the Bomb Squad jersey. Where'd you get that at?
Oh, this is one I found some website you can design your own jersey. I mean, it wasn't very expensive. Then I added the Bengals patch on it. I put a Bomb Squad patch on the sleeve. I've got Ace Raisin on the back. That's just something I designed. I bought a pair of them for my kids. I bought one for my dad's. We all got matching Bengal Bomb Squad jersey.
What's your number? What number you got there?
I'm number 14.
Is that any particular reason?
Well, when I was a kid, my 2 favorite sports players were Kenny Anderson and Pete Rose.
There you go.
Yeah, so I always wore 14. Now, when we went to the new jerseys, it was way too expensive to buy a number 14 jersey. So I was like, you know what? My nickname is Ace. I'm going to buy a number 1 jersey and put Ace on.
There you
go. So just kind of stuck with number 1, but 14 still the number in my heart. So
exactly. Yeah, I like Kenny Anderson, but 81 was Collinsworth, and people are going to give me crap about this because people like Collinsworth. 81 Collinsworth was Rookie of the Year, and I love Pete Rose. That was my favorite baseball player. But as far as Bengals goes, when I was a kid, Chris Collinsworth was my favorite Bengal. 1981, he came out of nowhere. People didn't know about him. He goes and wins Rookie of the Year.
I know. I met him 2 or 3 years ago, and I told him, I was like, "Yeah, my dad bought tickets in '81." He goes, "Hey," and I said, "Yeah, I know. That was your rookie year. I watched every game you played in there."
So you were actually at the Freezer Bowl then, right?
No, my dad went.
Ah, okay.
Get to go to any games that year. I remember watching it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 9 years old. I was sitting at home watching it, but
my uncle, I always tell the story to show my uncle had season tickets that year, and he went to the Freezer Bowl, and he said that's the coldest he's ever been. And I remember he went to Detroit for the Super Bowl, and he bought me. I wish I had the hat, which it might be in my closet. I have to go unbury it, but he bought me a striped Bengals hat. You remember the old, like it was like almost like foam.
Yeah, I love those hats.
Yeah.
And they about 5 or 6. No, it's probably been 10 years ago. They came out with them again. They weren't exactly the same.
I hope I have it in there. I don't know. I gotta find it.
It was a one size fits all.
Yes.
I bought it because I loved it, and it didn't fit me. It was too tight, so I didn't wear it very often.
Exactly. That's I remember this because my uncle, I knew he told my dad that he bought me something. It was my dad's brother. I knew he was going to the Super Bowl, and I remember he was coming. I don't remember if he's coming. I don't think he's coming straight from Detroit, but he's coming over to drop it off at a school night or whatever. And I couldn't sleep. I was like, what, so I'm like, what is it? And then finally, I heard the door open. I heard him come in. I heard my dad talking, and he closed the door. And I'm like, forget it. I'm getting out of bed. I ran downstairs like, what did he get me? What did he get me? So he got me that hat. I'm like, sweet. I think I slept with that hat on my head that night. So I hope I still have it, but I have to go dig through my closet to find it. But
yeah, I'm in the process of getting a man cave together to put all my stuff up in it. So I've actually been getting online and looking up stuff from the first 2 Super Bowls. I got a pennant from the last one.
I got a pennant from the last one. Yeah, I have a pennant. I know that's in the closet. I have a pennant from the 80. I think it's the 88 one. I think that's in my closet over here. Which I gotta. There's so much stuff I
did
out or get to it.
Bowl 16 pennant.
Did you?
It doesn't have the teams on it. It just has the Super Bowl logo on it.
Actually, I take that back. I think mine is Super Bowl 16 because mine has the Bengals helmet. Yeah, it is Super Bowl 16. I remember it now. So Super Bowl 16 has the Bengals helmet and it has Pontiac, Michigan, and the date, and it says Super Bowl 16. I don't know if it has Bengals and 49ers. Excuse me, Sucky Niners. I still call them the Sucky Niners. Okay, so people, my son's like, he's like, they're not even like, nobody cares about that anymore. I said, I do. They beat us twice. And Chris, this is where, and people get on me about this, like, because I hate that people call Joe Burrow Joe Cool. It has nothing to do with Jackpot. You can call him whatever you want. I don't want to call him Joe Cool because that's what they freaking call Joe Montana.
Right.
I don't want to call him that. I would have called him anything else. I just don't call him Joe Cool. I'm like, I hated that guy when I was a kid. Sorry.
I actually saw an interview with the two of them together.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, that was a pretty good interview. I was like, you know what? After Montana left San Francisco, I actually rooted for him when he was at the Chiefs with the Chiefs. It's like,
did you?
Yeah, I was like, I can let it go. I was like, I still hate the 49ers. I'm not going to hate on Joe.
Yeah, I hate the Sucky Niners. I mean, to be honest, I think I kind of rooted for the Chiefs too, but I still, I don't know. When he said, yeah, you can call him Joe Cool, dude, that just triggered something in me. I'm like, no, like, don't call him that.
Right.
You can call him Shiesty. You can call him Burr, however the hell they say it. Call him Joe. Like,
right.
Don't call him Joe Cool. That's still just, I don't know. That's just me. Like, don't call him that.
I get it.
I there's literally from the 88 Super Bowl in my childhood home, well, it's probably covered up now because my parents sold the house. There are holes in the wall because I was so mad and crying.
Oh,
Joe Montana to John Taylor. I was so mad. I was 12.
I remember I was a nervous wreck going into that game because I kept thinking, I wasn't, pumped up thinking we were going to win. And then we came so close.
Yeah.
I was like, because I felt like we were the better team in 81.
We came so close all 3 times, Chris. All 3 times we came close. I'm like, we'll get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get there this year. I got to feel we're going to go to Vegas and we're going to win this damn thing.
Yeah. And then next year we can do a repeat back in their hometown in New Orleans.
Yeah, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
All right, Chris. Well, man, you've been on. Well, hell, we talked like a half hour before the show started. You've been on for like an hour and a half talking to me. So I appreciate you, man. Hey, tell people about Bomb Squad, where they can find you on Facebook or anything you want to promote before I let you go.
Yeah, if you want to get on Facebook, I mean, we're easy to find on there. There's 2 pages. There's one for Bengal Bomb Squad, and there's one for Bengal Bomb Squad West. Like I said, I'm in the West. I'm on Longworth Hall. Anybody is welcome to come. I don't care who you root for. Just come down and just don't be an ass. Come down and have a good time, We just ask people, bring your own beer. If you want to make a donation, that's great. We'll be cooking. If you want to bring something for us to cook, we'll cook it. Like I said, we're a pretty laid back tailgate. We just go down, have a good time. I play some cornhole or something.
Hell yeah. You and me still got to play cornhole. We haven't got to do that yet.
Yeah. We'll have to make sure we get them out for that.
We'll throw some bags out. Jungle Jerry wants to know if you're on Twitter.
I am on Twitter. It's my nickname, Ace Raisin, which should be on the screen there.
Yep.
That's how you find me. I don't really get on there a lot, but if you send me a message or something, I'll get it. So yeah, I mean,
the easier way to find you is Facebook.
I'm on Facebook way more than any person should. Bored
and start posting stuff.
Yeah, I get on there and see what the rest of the world's doing.
There you go. All right, Chris. Well, man, this has been an awesome hour. I love talking to you about this stuff. I think this stuff is so cool of what you guys do and the tailgating game. I love tailgating. It's fun. I'm lazy. I don't want to put the work in that you guys do. I'll be honest, but I love hanging out with you guys, and it's so much fun because I'll hit you guys up. I'll hit Bomb Squad up. Then I'll go to Maddie's. I got to get to trailer, and I got to get the gyms next year. I didn't make it to those 2.
Yep. Those are all the good ones. Yeah, hit them all up and make a day out of it. It's better when it's a later game for.
Yeah. Well,
you
know what you need to do? You need to get the city of Cincinnati to give you those scooters, and just make
right.
a few there, and everybody just rent the scooters and ride around.
Well, they're always laying around the parking lot. I just got to figure out how to make them work. I know there's an app or something you got to use.
There's an app for everything anymore, dude.
Right.
All right, Chris, brother. Well, appreciate you, man. Who day?
I
cut him off. My bad. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Chris is a great guy. I have so much fun hanging out with him and Who Day Baby and Big John and everybody I hang out with at the tailgates. It's an absolute blast. So if you guys ever want to come down and just tailgate and have a good time, they get there earlier than anybody else. They beat me. Trust me. If my wife thinks I'm crazy when I don't want to get there at 8 o'clock in the morning, these guys are down there at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So they are having a great time. So make sure you show up down there, go to Bomb Squad West, go to Bomb Squad. You hit Bengals Trailer, you hit gyms, you can hit wherever the hell I'm at, wherever Maddie decides to park at. I show up there. So we have an absolute blast tailgating. It is so much fun. Anyway, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Who Day Nation, Who Day Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Treadable. TikTok is at Iceman90. Now, Instagram, maybe somebody can help me out with this because I can't post anything on Instagram right now. For some reason, they took the button away for me to post stuff. So I can read stuff. If you message me, I can answer it. But I literally can't post anything on Instagram right now. I don't know why. I'm kind of curious about that. If you miss any of the show and you can't sit here and watch it for an hour, you can check it out on the podcast. It'll be on later on tonight. It's on BPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a 5-star review and a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, 2,112 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Make sure you tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. Try to get me to 3,000 here. I'd appreciate it. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you Monday. That's just sports, baby. See ya!